Oh, that is not great. Welcome back to Drinking with Craig and Roger. I'm Craig.
I'm Roger.
You hate me. What? Why? Why?
Well, although both of us are craft beer enthusiasts,
yes,
we are continuing our exploration of beers by major breweries.
Okay.
We did an episode on traditional lagers that have been popular since the repeal of Prohibition.
Mm-hmm.
And we did a video on their sons, light beers.
Okay.
But we have neglected their big brothers.
No. It's their drunk uncles. The drunk uncle that comes to the family gathering and ruins it. That's what these are.
You think?
Yeah.
Well, they're called malt liquors. And what they are really are high gravity lagers. In the 20th century, there were laws that lots of states had that, beer could be brewed no higher than about 4.5 to 5% ABV.
Yeah.
Okay, the light beers fit into that very well because they're less.
Mm-hmm.
But in order to brew a heavier lager, you had to call it something else, and that's where, the malt liquor name came into.
Now that makes sense.
Yeah, and they're brewed with corn in them, but that's not a big distinction between that and lagers because most of the big lagers are brewed with corn syrup.
Yeah.
Or rice.
Yeah, and I think I also read that they add also sugar, straight up sugar sometimes.
Sometimes.
Just to ferment more to get the higher alcohol content.
Absolutely, without making it a heavier beer.
Okay, yeah.
At any rate, with the repeal of those limited state laws, you will find things called high gravity lagers today, but they're basically the same thing as a malt liquor that you might maybe get in 1980.
So what are we in for today?
Well, the Bull by Schlitz.
Okay, so this is a big Schlitz. Schlitz, the winner of the Battle of the Dad beers.
That's 8.5% alcohol.
Okay.
They call it a high gravity beer.
Okay, yeah, it is that.
Colt 45, which used to be called a malt liquor.
Classic.
Now it's called beer. A high gravity lager, basically. It's
okay.
about 5.6, I think.
Okay.
We have Icehouse Edge. That's 8%. Mickey's Fine Malt Liquor, which is 5%.
5%.
And it has these wonderful little pictures of bees on, the top of the bottle cap.
Yeah. So at this point, this use of malt liquor at 5% and change has to just strictly be for branding purposes.
Well, it probably tastes a little different. The malt liquors are noted for being a little sweeter than the typical lagers.
Okay.
And then we have Natty Daddy.
Oh, good Lord. All right.
And that is 8.8%. 8%. That's
8%.
What that is.
8% alcohol, Natty. Okay.
It's another famous one, Old English 800 malt liquor.
And this one does not say how strong it is, which is weird.
And they've brewed it at different strengths too. So it's probably 5.6 or maybe 7.5 or even 8.9. So whatever, something like that.
Okay.
And then Steel Reserve.
This is the only one I've had before in the past, and it was terrible.
And one more thing about that, the numbers on it, 211, are the medieval symbols for steel.
Aha, okay.
And just for comparison's sake, we've got Miller High Life, which is got the same ingredients as all these, but in a different proportion and is only 4.5%. So, well, that's just for comparison.
Yeah, all right. Give us a,
All right, so shall we try it?
And before we get into these, if you like what we're doing, throw this video a like and subscribe to the channel to see everything we've got coming up. And if you have any funny stories related to some of these bad boys, put them down in the comments. We would love to hear from you. So,
Okay.
you've got some High Life over here.
Yeah, so let's have some Miller High Life as sort of a comparison.
All right, that's going to be in these pint glasses along the side.
Yeah, theoretically, these malt liquors should be sweeter, besides more powerful.
Wow, that opened like a bowl. Did you hear that? Jeez. Okay, and I thought we would pour these into my finest beer glass. You know, really bring some culture to
I'm sure you want as much as
malt
I have.
liquors.
All right, here we are.
Here we go.
Let me take a little bit of this.
Didn't think I'd be here at this point in my life, but here I am,
All right.
drinking some
Nice mild
malt liquor.
tops at the end of that.
Okay. Yep,
Well-
it's High Life.
Cheers.
Cheers to the bowl. Oh, that is not great.
It is heavy and malty and sweet.
Yes. Yeah. Let me try another sip of that. Wow. I don't like that. That is not a great flavor. What is that? There's
It's
some
malt. It is basically a very malty thing, and there's not very much hops, or at least the hops is not coming through on it at the end.
Yeah, no hops, and there's some intense flavor, and it's sticking around all through the finish. It's not, how do I describe that? I don't like this one.
Well, I'll tell you what it is. The first ingredient is water. The second ingredient is malt extract. They don't use the barley malt whole. They brew on too big a scale to do that. Like some craft breweries will use the barley and grind it up and do stuff with it. The third one is going to be corn syrup, not high fructose corn syrup.
Right.
And it pretty much disappears except for maybe a little bit of a taste in the finished product. The fourth one is going to be yeast. And unfortunately, the last one is hops, which is the way it tastes. There's so little hops in it. You can't taste it.
Yeah, this is, wow, yeah, it's not like a Schlitz, I'll tell you that.
Okay. No, it is not.
Any thoughts of your own? What do you think?
Well, it is much sweeter than I would like. I would like this better if it was hoppy and had this kind of body on it.
Man, this is bad.
Okay, well, that's your
That's my
It is
opinion.
reinforcing your idea about malt liquors.
It is.
All right, so let's move on to the next one.
Okay, please. And moving on to the classic Colt 45, famous from the Billy D. Williams ads. You can't get cooler than Billy D. Williams in a Colt 45 ad, in my opinion. Except maybe Billy D. Williams on his album, which I don't have yet. I need to get that thing.
All right.
All right. Here we go.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Well, got a nice.
Smells much better.
Yeah. It is much better.
It's much better. This is like a lighter, it tastes even lighter than, I think, than the Miller High Life. The Miller High Life has a stronger corn flavor for sure. It's nose.
That may be why they reduced it from 8 to 5.6.
Probably. Let's see, back and forth between the two. Very similar.
Yeah, they're in the same range.
This is a solid beer. It's a solid beer. I don't mind this. Rich smoothness for every occasion. It always remains true. The classic American lager since 1963. Not bad. Not bad. I kind of dig this one.
Okay, it's a traditional American lager, a little higher ABV than most of them.
I dig it. I give it a thumbs up. So far, this is my favorite between two.
Between two. Yeah. Okay,
All
onward.
right. And coming in hot, we got Ice House Edge,
Edge.
8%. I got a decent feeling about this one. Man, these are some powerful openings. I do like the sound and the feel of opening these cans. I'll give them that. Can't remember the last time I had an ice house, a regular ice house. Now this is an 8% ice house. So
The nose is very similar to the Colt.
oh yeah, okay. Pretty pleasant nose.
It's nice. It's not
pretty good.
overpoweringly malty, but it's got a heavier body than the Colt or the Miller.
It doesn't taste 8%. It doesn't seem 8% alcohol. They were able to keep it fairly lighter for an 8% alcohol lager. I mean, that's kind of impressive.
And I can taste a little hops in it too. You know, it's always nice.
Yeah, I think the biggest difference is just the body.
Yeah.
Okay. Once I went to the High Life and then came to the Edge, that sort of, for lack of a better word, almost saccharine sweetness kind of came out.
It's sweeter. Yeah.
Yeah, but this one is decent. I mean, for 8% alcohol, this is fairly smooth beer. It still wouldn't be, I wouldn't order this if I was out or anything, but it's not bad. It's not bad.
If I was at a party, I would not refuse it.
No, I'd drink it at a party if it was the only thing, for sure. But,
All right.
you know,
There
yeah. Give it a thumbs up.
Okay, and the next one.
All right, now we're on to Mickey's. So this one, fine malt liquor, but it's lower ABV, I guess 5.6%. So it started in 1962. So at that time, probably they still had to call it that, and they've kept the title around. I guess it's got a following. So
I guess so. It was the only one that was in West Side Bottle Shop. The others I picked up in convenience stores.
this is a connoisseur's choice. Not bad. This one has a little biscuity, toasty biscuit kind of note to it. Drier. I think it's drier than the others. And it's got a little more going on than the Colt 45, I think. What do you think?
Okay, well, yeah, this is definitely near the top of the group so far.
So far. So the commonality is that our favorites are the low alcohol, like the low percentage ones.
No. You like Edge.
Yeah.
Edge is 8. That's
I think
about
I
as high
like
as
Colt
they get.
45 more though.
Yeah, well, that's lower.
And I like Mickey's more than the Edge.
Yeah, what you're saying is you kind of like traditional American lagers better than the high gravity ones.
Yeah, high gravity lager, at least those. Yeah, not my favorite, but this is pretty nice. It's like I said, drier. Now, compared to the High Life, what do we think? Dry in terms of dry or sweetness?
I think it's sweeter.
Okay, all right. It's the body. It's definitely got more body. The Mickey's does. Okay, yeah. It's definitely sweeter, a little sweeter, but not bad. Not bad. Solid beer. I'd drink one if it was sitting around. Right. So yeah, not too shabby.
All right. Yeah.
All right, now
On to the next one.
So you got Natty Light, then you've got Natty Ice, and then you got Natty Daddy. So if you really like Natty, this is going to be the one. I'm scared. This may be the best of the actual high gravity ones. Between this one and the Ice House and the Bull, maybe the best. I don't know. We'll have to kind of come back and try those side by side, I guess. But not bad. What do you think?
I think it's fine. I would drink one of them. I wouldn't drink 2 or 3.
Not the most pleasant, but it's not terrible.
There's a lot of the round maltiness even in the finish underneath the little fuzzy bit of the hops. Okay, well, moving right on.
Okay.
All right, and here we have another classic Old English 800.
This is a classic. I've rarely seen it not in a 40. Let's see what people have been sipping on this whole time. Although you said they've changed the formula a number of times and made it weaker or stronger, right?
Yeah, it may depend on where you are, which strength you get.
Okay, interesting. Oh, okay.
It's got the round malty body. This one has a little bit more hoppy taste throughout the entire thing.
It might, and it has that kind of corn flavor for me is stronger in the finish of this one. I have a feeling this may taste more similar to this High Life than some of the others. Yeah, bready, that kind of bready or corn type note. So the High Life is more kind of bread sort of flavors. I never thought I'd say that, but Old English, not too shabby. I don't think this is that strong, personally.
Yeah. Yeah, it's probably only 5.6 or something like that.
Yeah, that's my guess. I think this is definitely lower alcohol. That might be why they're not listing it.
Yeah, I really couldn't find exactly what it would be in Georgia.
Yeah.
Because there were just several different versions of it.
Okay, interesting. Well, this version, this unlisted alcohol content version is not too shabby.
Well, you remember that it wasn't our favorite when we were drinking the light beers because there was much body in them,
Yeah.
And
These
certainly have the body.
Yeah, they have more body. But being beers that just aren't that high quality to begin with, once you amp up the flavors, it's like, did I really want more flavor of that? More of that flavor? Maybe not.
Well, you don't have to drink as many to get the same effect.
That's certainly true. So this is what they were drinking in England this whole time?
I'm not sure.
No, I don't think so.
No, I don't think this was ever made in England. I think that is a nice name.
So this is what English people
It is made by the Old English Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I've been reading these novels, that are set in medieval England or other places, and everybody's drinking quarts of beer. But the beer is probably only 2% alcohol.
Yeah, right, because it was safe to drink, unlike the water. And we saved the best for last. This was the only one I had my previous experience with when I was much younger. Steel Reserve High Gravity. All right, here we go. Got to do it sometime. Doesn't smell great. Doesn't smell terrible.
Got a mild.
Oh, that's sweet. Yeah. Oh, that's sweet.
But it has a mild hoppy overtaste.
God, there's too much sweetness to compete with it. Oh man, it's fighting with the bull for title of the worst. It's fighting tooth and nail. And the extra gravity displeasing my palate.
Well, I might agree with you there, but I'm going to say that this is quite a bit better than the Bull to my taste.
Well, we're going to have to try them side by side because let's bring them out here. Let's compare this one and the Bull. They're all within 0.5% of alcohol, the Bull being the strongest. So anyway, we'll just do a quick little taste through and we'll let you know
first
which ones we think are the best and worst. So Steel Reserve. Not great. Not great, but not terrible.
Whoa, that is really, really malty and sweet. There is some hops at the end.
I don't know what it is yet. The Bull is not good.
Edge is fine.
Yep, Ice House Edge gets it done. Has a similar finish to the High Life. Kind of bready and corny.
And Natty, I think Natty Daddy comes in right with it. They're, so.
Yeah, really hard to differentiate between those two. I mean, so I think if we had to put them in order of best to worst, we're going to switch these because the Bull is by far, I think, clearly the worst. I would avoid this. If this was at a party, I would look for something else. Steel Reserve is not great. You can definitely do better. Right? Are you with me on this?
Yeah.
And then, between these two, it's hard to pick a favorite. They're very similar. Ice House Edge is a little breadier. The Natty, I think this might go in order from my worst to my best. I think the Natty Daddy is probably my favorite of those four.
It's hard to put the last.
It's a little drier. It has less of a corn type of note to it. It's not bad actually. Natty Daddy, if you're gonna go with a real high gravity lager, is the best in our sample, I think. And the Bull is definitely the worst. And the others are just kind of regular lagers in disguise. In summary, from people who like craft beers and IPAs and big stouts and all that other kind of stuff, these beers aren't the worst thing ever. Well, most of them aren't the worst thing ever. They're not too shabby. That's what we think. I would recommend, I think I'd go with Natty Daddy. And then if you want to bring those out, I think the Mickeys and the Old English are fine.
There's Mickeys.
Yeah.
Old English?
Yeah, oh, and the Colt 45. And the Colt 45.
And the Colt 45, yeah, we like the Colt 45. Yeah. Well, until next time.
Yep, hopefully we'll be drinking something better next time.
Maybe some nice whiskey.
Hey, cheers.